goes and gets himself arrested this morning. This is obviously very disappointing. Let me tell y'all what happened, because I'm familiar with that. It's a damn shame, but I promise you that's all that happened. I'm willing to bet my check that's all that happened.
He's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Just get your shit together, man. That's it. Basic.
He doesn't have the consistency or the staying power to perform at that level consistently. I don't think he likes boxing anymore. He gets himself in trouble. He wants money. It's just, you've got to have a certain type of temperament.
Stephen A. Smith challenges Conor Benn following his recent police detainment. Picture this: a fighter with a history of failed drug tests now facing legal troubles. Benn's reputation is seriously damaged. Meanwhile, Smith highlights Eubank Jr. as a powerful and skilled puncher, while Benn appears to be falling further into dishonor.
Antagonizes him and makes him stalk you even more. And on top of it all, he's a great fighter and a great boxer and a power puncher in both hands. You don't stand in front of that man. You move. You stick, you move, you hug. That's what you do. You grab and hug. I don't give.
Conor Benn's troubles have escalated from failing drug tests to being taken into police custody. A complete fall from grace. No amount of spin from Eddie Hearn can cover up this disaster. The reality is clear. Benn has sabotaged his own career through repeated controversies, while Chris Eubank Jr. maintains a spotless image, stays disciplined, and preserves his strong reputation.
What he's actually saying is that we're not sanctioning this fight. There's ongoing conversations with the lawyers and the British Boxing Board of Control. Obviously, we want everyone to be comfortable. Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. are aware of all the information. In fact,
Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back in showing just how formidable Eubank Jr. truly is. He made it clear: stepping into the ring with Chris Eubank Jr. means facing genuine strength and top-level boxing intelligence. That's why fans often feel disappointed whenever Conor Benn's name comes up alongside his. Eubank competes on a completely different level, while Benn's controversies only highlight that he was never cut out for this stage.
Individual who can get exposed by a boxer, because every shot he throws, he's trying to make it a power shot.
Eddie Hearn summed it up perfectly. Conor Benn has become a disappointment. A fighter who avoids the spotlight, makes excuses, and watches his career unravel before everyone's eyes. Fans aren't fooled. In contrast, Chris Eubank Jr. faces challenges head-on, plays fair, and remains strong under pressure.
Firstly, the guy is not well. Secondly, the guy really should be here. But the fact that he's not involved, the fact that he couldn't take any money, the fact that he couldn't be involved in any decisions, stand in front of the cameras, is making him sick as a parrot.
Tony Bellew delivered a decisive blow to the rematch rumors. He firmly dismissed the idea of a Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. rematch. According to Bellew, Benn doesn't have the drive, mentality, or experience needed, only excuses and ongoing drama. Meanwhile, Eubank has demonstrated he can endure tough fights, maintain composure, and perform like a seasoned pro.
Shoes though, you've had 2 warnings.
Yeah.
You need to be careful, don't you?
You do.
Treading a fine line.
You do, but it's not the head then that comes in. So he's on one final warning for the head, but getting into an exchange in the final punch of the round, he's trying to win the round.
Yeah, impress the judges at the end of the round.
Duke McKenzie voiced what many are thinking. Conor Benn's career is over. Returning his license feels like an admission of guilt, no matter the excuses he makes. Twice caught, twice disgraced. This isn't just bad luck, it's a clear pattern. British fans deserve transparency, not a circus filled with contamination allegations. Benn has tarnished his family's name, while Chris Eubank Jr. has upheld the standards of a true professional. No shortcuts, no scandals. When respected figures like McKenzie call for your license to be revoked, it's clear your career is on the brink. The difference couldn't be starker. One fighter stands for integrity. The other embodies turmoil.
He's done. Now, the fact that he's given back his licence to the British Boxing Board of Control, who in my opinion are the best governing body in the world, bar none, it's kind of like a proof of admission, certainly. And for him to do what he's done, they're talking about contamination, right? So if you've done it once, then you got caught out, then you do it again. It can't be contamination, can it? Because he's been caught twice for doing the same thing. So if it was me, take his licence away.
McKenzie didn't hold back in calling out Ben. He's not a powerful puncher, not even in the welterweight division. So the idea of him knocking out Chris Eubank Jr. was never realistic. Ben made a fool of himself, throwing wild, careless punches like an amateur, far from living up to his legendary family name. The reality is clear, Ben isn't his father. He lacks the calm, skill, and respect required at the top level. On the other hand, Eubank Jr. approaches every fight with seriousness, patience, precision, and the mindset of a true warrior. While Ben talks big, he fights like a street brawler. Fans notice the stark contrast. One is a genuine professional, the other is just putting on a show.
Conor Benn's not a massive puncher, not even at welterweight, so really, he's kind of mugged himself off a little bit by saying, I'm going to knock this guy out. He didn't give Eubank enough respect. Like I say, he was throwing shots at several points in that fight, and he wasn't even looking where they were going. It was just like head down, just winging the shots over.
While Ben's name remains linked to scandal, Johnny Nelson insisted there must be a formal inquiry, and he's absolutely right. You can't have a fighter failing drug tests, then getting arrested, and expect the sport to just move on like nothing happened. This entire situation has cast a shadow over British boxing, and Ben bears the responsibility. Fans deserve honesty, not smoke and mirrors. As the sport works to clean up the mess left behind, Eubank Jr. stays focused on training, competing, and proving himself inside the ring. That's the clear difference. One fighter faces investigations, the other earns respect. Ben's controversies grab the headlines, but Eubank Jr.'s discipline keeps him there for all the right reasons. It's no wonder fans and experts alike stand behind Eubank, while Ben's reputation remains tarnished.
There needs to be an inquiry straight after this. Why, what? But that's what I'm hearing. This news is as fresh to me as it is you. I'm quite sure when this goes out, it'll be all over the place anyway. But all I can say is he passed the UK one.
Chris Eubank Jr. had the last say on Ben's situation, delivering words sharper than any punch. He made it clear, if you fail a drug test, you don't deserve an equal share. It's as straightforward as that. Ben demanded fairness while dragging the sport's name through the mud. Eubank Jr. fights clean and lives with integrity. That's why he earns respect. Boxing isn't about manipulating the system or hiding behind promoters. It's about proving yourself with honesty and honor. Ben has lost all ground. No fan, promoter, or official will ever put him on the same level as Eubank Jr. again. One stands for discipline, the other for excuses, and Eubank Jr. is making sure everyone knows it.
You don't get 50-50 split.
No matter commercial power pulling, no.
You don't get 50-50 split if you fail a drug.
Henley Mallister's defense of Conor Benn might come across as sympathetic, but it really highlights a bigger issue. Boxing isn't about sympathy, it's about discipline, integrity, and respect. Mallister says he doesn't believe Ben cheated intentionally, but seriously, how many times can a fighter fail drug tests, avoid responsibility, and then end up arrested? This isn't a one-time mistake. It's a pattern that's destroyed his credibility. Mallister even feels sorry for Eddie Hearn, and maybe he should, since Hearn backed a fighter who's become a public relations nightmare. Instead of headlining events with skill and professionalism, Ben is making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Every time his name comes up, the sport suffers. Now look at Chris Eubank Jr. No failed tests, no controversies, no excuses. Just a dedicated athlete training hard, showing up for fans, and earning respect the right way. While Ben's legacy falls apart with each new scandal, Eubank's reputation only grows stronger. Mallister's sympathy can't change the facts. Ben is exposed and Eubank continues to shine.